Now it's my pleasure to introduce Cllr Jane Tremlett, who has represented Larne Township for over 10 years and as Wellbeing Executive Board Member for Social Care and Health. She's Carmarthenshire's Carers Champion, and that's a very important role. She's a 50+ champion, Disability Ambassador and Dementia Care Champion. So that's a set of responsibilities highly relevant to this forum. Her topic today is Social Services Forward Plan for Older People. So, Jane Tremlett.
Bore da pawb, good morning everyone. This is my first formal visit to the 50+ Forum annual event, though I have attended in the past and take a close interest in the work of the Forum. It is also a real pleasure to be here with Caroline, my colleague Linda, and the Minister when he comes, and also Dame Esther, and of course with you all. Life is full of coincidences, and back in the early 80s, Dame Esther and I took our small children and collected them from the same preschool in Richmond, which is where we lived at the time before we decided to make the monumental thing of coming home to Wales. The Minister, of course, is a Carmarthenshire boy who started his academic career in Larne Primary School, where his father was Deputy Head Teacher. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to talk to you today about the work in the County Council of Social Care and Health. Linda and I have joint responsibility to champion the interests of older people. Linda has spoken about the Ageing Well plan, and I will say more about the contributions social services are making in a moment, as well as our vision for sustainable social services for older people. Before then, I want to tell you about my other areas of responsibility to 50+ people in Carmarthenshire. As Carers Champion, I am committed to continually and actively support our carers. 61% of carers in Carmarthenshire are 50 years old or over. Of these, 35% provide at least 50 hours of care a week for family members and loved ones. There is an excellent carers forum in Carmarthenshire, whose meetings I attend, and I work closely in between those meetings with the chair to ensure that carers' rights are at the forefront of our work in social care. Another responsibility as Executive Board Member is champion for people with disabilities, and I meet regularly with the Carmarthenshire Disability Coalition. I believe it is essential to listen to individuals and groups in the community and then act on what we hear. Who knows better than the person or people living with a disability, frailty, chronic condition, dementia, what it is they need to make their lives better? As a council, we need to listen and then act to ensure our services meet those needs. We are all aware now that dementia is increasing. As a council, we knew we needed to plan ahead to improve our services. In 2012, we formed the Carmarthen Dementia Action Board, which is made up of County Council officers from social care, housing, professionals from the Hywel Dda University Health Board, the Alzheimer's Society, West Wales Action for Mental Health, local voluntary groups, and, most importantly, former and current carers and the cared for with dementia. In 2013, the Action Board worked with the village of Ponteberem, which became the first in Carmarthenshire to become a dementia-friendly supportive community. The community, the churches, the chapels, the businesses, voluntary groups and community council all came together, eager to participate, and that work continues today. The Alzheimer's Society are currently actively working in partnership with the local authority to make Ammanford and Cenedlaethol dementia-friendly communities. To be a dementia-friendly community is not rocket science, it is simple really. It is all about social inclusion, which is perhaps better phrased as, we're all in this together. The person you've known for years, the WI, the bowls or the rugby club, who now has dementia, is still the same person you have always known. Patience, tolerance, understanding, taking the extra time can make all the difference to making sure the person remain part of their community, taking part in the activities they have always enjoyed with the support from their community. Early diagnosis for dementia is essential for the well-being of someone with dementia. No one would ignore a lump that arrived in their breast or a lump anywhere. They would go straight to their GP. And I can't stress enough how important it is to make that first visit and not be frightened that it might be dementia. Medication for early onset dementia can vastly reduce the pace at which dementia develops. A good, fulfilling life can continue to be led following diagnosis. We have members on our action board with a diagnosis who you wouldn't know had dementia unless they told you. It is important to me as Executive Board member and Chair of the Action Board that we as a council ensure our house is in order before we do anything else. To that end, by early 2016, all of our frontline staff who engage with people, customer services, call centre, refuse collectors, etc., will all be trained to be dementia aware and friendly. This training will be ongoing over the coming years. Over the course of the next 15 years, there will be over 10,000 additional older people over 75 living in the county, many of whom will require care and support. Many people stay healthy and independent into old age, and there is mounting evidence that tomorrow's older people will be even more active and independent than today's. However, as people age, they are progressively more likely to live with complex morbidities, disability and frailty. For this reason, we are developing a vision for sustainable services for older people in Carmarthenshire. In developing this strategy, we have consulted widely with residents, service users, their families and partners to ensure we have considered what is important to older people. We need to zealously continue to work together with the Hull Bar University Health Board to further develop care in the community, to prevent hospital admission wherever possible, and to provide our residents with the right care at the right time, in the right place. The vision takes a three-step approach to make sure people get the support that is right for them. The first step includes services that provide information, promote health and well-being, and are provided to everyone in the community. The second step provides for people who have had an illness or injury and need help to regain their strength and independence. This can include a period of convalescence before returning home or support in the home until the person no longer needs it. Sorry, I'm going to grab a bit of water, sorry. Thank you. The third step addresses the needs of people who have long-term needs and include providing advice and information to enable people to make informed choices about their support, and provides personal specialist care and support to meet the individual's needs, possibly eventually residential care. There is much that communities themselves can provide. An excellent example of this is Ustream, a very rural community. They came together to take on responsibility for a building used as a day centre, which now, as well as a day centre, now offers a wider range of services. A luncheon club, activity sessions, a credit union branch. This initiative shows what communities can do for themselves and what can be achieved through people taking responsibility for well-being, as in step 1 of our vision. I attended their Carers' Rights Day earlier in June, where they launched their Friends Calling project. It was developed through the Centre's Carers Support Group, who are concerned for the lonely and isolated in their community, the ones who may not have friends and family calling in on a regular basis. Community members are invited to sign up to receive weekly phone calls from a group of volunteer befrienders who are vetted, trained and follow established guidelines. A sort of mini silver line, of which you will hear more about from Dame Esther shortly. Finally, on the vision. The way we deliver social services is changing. That is a must. We are listening to and are putting what matters most to people at the very heart of what we do. People know best what helps them to remain independent. What we put in place to help older people must empower them and make the most of the things they can do. The success of the vision will require an effective partnership between social care, health, communities and individuals, and I look forward to working closely with the 50+ Forum in making it a reality. I hope everyone enjoys this special day. My sincere thanks to Caroline and the 50+ Forum Steering Group for for the hard work they have put in, representing your interests over the past year and in organising this event today. Thank you for listening.